Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing just some small accessory stuff. Got the, if I can get on the box, the hella horns here with the pairing bracket and a nice big old chunk of wires there. So we're gonna get the front, the front grille off of the car and see where we need to go from there. Alright, so first we will start by removing these 4 clips, and then we will pull this away. Alright, so really I just use a small screwdriver, put it under, pop that up, pull the centerpiece out, and then this piece just comes on out. So now we have this loose. We can get back behind it a little bit and get the other screws out. Alright, next we're going to pull the other clips off right here on top of the grill that goes into the other part of the bumper support. So to get these off, it is similar. You're just going to get that under that lip and pull it out. Now we can separate the two and then still have enough room. We can pull this back to get to the other screws. Alright, so right there, if you can see my hand in the screwdriver, is where one of these screws is. Can't really see it through there, but yeah, it goes down right down in there. So it's just a Phillips head screwdriver. Then there's another one on this side we will get. Alright, and now with the grill off, it will look something like that. And we are still able to move this kind of back and forth out of the way. So now we will get in here, we will remove the stock horn here. And this center bolt is what we are going to use to mount the bracket for the new horns. So we're going to pull this to get that bracket from this horn off, and we are going to disconnect the wire here. Alright, so before I mount the horns, I'm going to go ahead and run these wires. It's got the relay and the inline fuse and everything already built into it. So first I'm going to run the power wire up from the grill here, kind of in front of the condenser and radiator, behind the light here, behind the washer bottle, around my battery, and come up over here. Looks like the previous owner already had something here hooked up, but we'll pull that off and we will attach this instead. Before we attach that, we will go ahead and get everything else mounted and wired. So we'll just leave that at that for now. We will eventually zip tie everything to make sure it doesn't flop around. So next we will mount our bracket right here, and we will mount our horns to that bracket. So before we mount the horns, just to give a idea, these are the new horns, and that would be the old horn that came off of the vehicle. So while I don't use my horn a whole lot, you know, it's mostly just to say I have some pretty red horns sticking through the grill, look at me, but it should be louder also. Alright, so these are a 14mm. So we're going to pull this nut off here, this nut off here, and we're going to mount them directly to these holes with the supplied washers that were given to us. So we'll get these mounted up, and then we will get the bracket mounted where I showed you earlier. Alright, so that is how it will look mounted to the bracket. Flip it over, and we go. Now we will just go down and we will mount these in the front, and we will work on getting them wired up. For some reason, these nuts were on extremely tight on the horn, so to get those off to use them for the bracket were a task. But they're off now. I don't know why they would put them on that tight. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But alright, so I have these put in loosely right now. As you can see, the bolt is now going through the bracket here. I have, let's see if you can see it, the ground wire. You can see that. I have it going behind the bracket, behind this bolt, to be mounted behind this right here. So that'll be grounded there. The spades are already put into the back of the horns, so that is done. I'm just gonna have this shoved in here right now. I'm gonna have to clean all this up. So the next thing we have to do is we have our actuator wire right here we're gonna hook up. So my kit actually came with 2, so I'm gonna have to look and see how I want to go about this, since mine only has 1. Alright, so what I did was I cut off the spade end of this, or I guess the female spade end, and I put essentially what's on that ground wire right there onto this one, pushed it in, and I just don't have this one hooked up. Have nothing for it to go to unless I just put a ring on it and grounded it same place I have the horns grounded up there. But tested it out and I don't actually need it on there, so I'm just gonna push it back into the loom. I'm going to clean all this wiring mess up. It's way too long. Coil it up, push it up, tuck it in behind the bumper and zip tie it. But it definitely works. It's loud. It's still kind of road runner-ish, meep beep, but it works. Alright, so now the horns are installed and wired. As you can see, I can move a lot of the wires out of the way. Got them kind of tucked back in here, and then I have them tucked back over around here behind the bumper. I'm gonna move them around just a little bit more before I get this grill back on, and then I will be getting the grill back on and we'll be done. Honestly, fairly simple, besides the little extra part of the wiring harness that wasn't really needed. So one thing I did but did not mention, the stock location for the horns right here, with the pairing bracket, it does have a hole there, so you can put that bolt back in, which will keep your horn from tilting side to side. So do put that back in. It'll be good to have there. Now I will be getting the grill back on. So everything we did to begin with, we're just going to do it in the reverse order. We'll get the grill back on, put the screws back in the bottom, and then put the small clips in, and then the larger clips in up top. Alright, and the grill is back on. Probably one of my future videos will be cleaning that thing up, man. It just looks terrible. Whether I sand it and then paint it or wrap it, I'm not sure. I'm definitely gonna do something with it though, because it looks rough. Also, another video I will have coming up will be changing the transmission fluid and the transmission and the differential fluid in the rear. So I've got that ordered. I'm just waiting on it to come in. So whenever I get that in, we will jack this car up and take care of that. So be on the lookout for both of those things. And if you have any recommendations of what I should do next, or you know, what not to do, you know, just throw it down there in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching. Please check out our other videos, and you know, see what we got going on, see what Corey has going on over there, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.